So last week you saw me working on the brake functionality for this game. This week I improved it up a bit. So you remember that the logic of this brake generation is such that the player has to input certain numbers onto a txt file, and after the program reads that txt file, it will generate corresponding game screen for the user. So that was working fine in last week's video, but this week what I'd work on was that I generated rows. So if, for instance, my user presses the enter key, this means that another row will be generated. So now if the user does enter anything, it will not be in this single stream. In this single stream, it won't be attached to this single stream, rather it will come onto the next row. After that, what I did was that I worked on the invalid type of keys that my user does input to crash my code. So these invalid keys are being handled such that they'll be ignored by my program. So if, for instance, if I do enter these letters, they will be ignored by the program, and in place the program will just show spaces, and that's it. The third thing that I worked on was that if my user does input valid stream of numbers, what it will do is that my program won't generate all of those valid numbers. Rather, the bricks will be generated such that they do not exceed the game screen, which this was not being done previously. So let's see how things work. So you see, no brick is being generated in this region, even though there are valid numbers here and in this row and in this row. Why so? Because the brick being generated here, that should be generated here, exceeds the screen width. So this is done. For next week, what I plan to do is that I plan to work on the power up section for the paddle, such that if my user presses a key, the paddle becomes larger or smaller. So that's it. Thank you.